Welcome to River Cities. I'm your host, Jon Lyksett, and this is the show that showcases the cities of Newport and St. Paul Park. On today's episode, we'll take a look back to some stories that took place in 2017. Last year, we did a ride-along with some volunteers who helped the St. Paul Park Police Department. We learned about what it's like to be a Newport firefighter, and we stopped by the Friends in Need food shelf during a Tuesday morning. We also attended an event that educated children about bike safety. But before we get to those stories, let's first go to a piece about a man who gave back to many here and overseas.
I've lost quite a few members now, and a lot of them names I called today were my past members.
George, Alan Birch, Andrew Burnell.
But the American Legion does a lot of good for veterans and their families. And primarily, that's why I keep doing it.
I met Dave Conrad a few years ago at a Memorial Day service. I knew him then as a man who is the commander of the 21-gun salute. Hey! Hey! But I also got to know him as a man who did so much more for the community.
Dave's been a member of the post here for 49 years. Did gone fishing for 25 years. That's where we take out about 45 special needs fishing. Dave lines up the boats, the guides, and it's a big to-do. The kids look forward to it every year.
He took over running this event after former Legion member Blackie Bruno passed away.
I'd like to thank Black. He gave us the day.
Dave continued this tradition so that everyone could feel a sense of accomplishment.
He's done everything for the community, from taking care of kids, the Toys for Tots, helping with our Christmas parties that we put on here, our Halloween parties, anything that the auxiliary was involved in, he was willing to give us a hand.
I learned that he and some friends held an award-winning Booyah fundraiser each year at the American Legion Post in St. Paul Park. This raised money for the post in local veteran homes. This earned him the title of the Booyah King.
It was made with turtle, snapping turtle, and it was the most delicious soup you ever had in your life. Well, then the USDA jumped in on stuff and said, oh no, you can't have any of that stuff. That's not approved. So we go with the recipe we have today, and it's just as wonderful.
We grew up in the Legion here. Literally as kids, we were here all the time, and we spent all of our spare time maybe here. He was always doing things. And then every Memorial Day, he's at the cemetery putting out the flags for the soldiers.
He served in the United States Marine Corps from 1966 to 1969, having done 2 tours in Vietnam. Dave is proud of what he did in the service.
I was a rough, tough sergeant in the Marine Corps, so, spent my time in hell as far as I'm concerned. And got home safe and sound in one piece. A lot of guys didn't. Memorial Day is a very special occasion for us to get to each 11 different cemeteries, 11 stops, I should say, but the 2 posts. I think there's 9 cemetery, and then a big ending celebration at City Hall at Cottage Grove. That's a full day, starting at 6 in the morning, and usually about 2 o'clock in the afternoon we're done.
In 2013, Dave became diagnosed with a very rare form of cancer. He suffered a difficult surgery as well as underwent chemotherapy treatments. He did very well up until the spring of 2016 when a new cancer had been found. Dave continued volunteering and serving the community while undergoing treatment.
I'm retired again, in charge of the Honor Guard, 47 years. That part in this.
It's okay. I'm not family, so you can lean on me. Okay?
My goal has been that every veteran gets a decent burial. And these guys have done it for me. And they're carrying it on in good fashion, I'm sure. So I think they've only had one burial since I retired. But this Legion means a lot.
But in the fall of 2016, his last battle proved to be too much. He passed away peacefully on September 21st, 2016.
I met Dave approximately like 6 years ago, and coming to American Legion, and we became friends. Stood up at my wedding. It was great because we're both, you know, we're both Marines, and he did so much to, you know, help out the Legion and help out the community, and that's what we do with the American Legion here at Post 98. It was an honor and a privilege to know the guy. It really was. No, I'd just like to say, love you. That's about it.
He will be really, really missed. Not only did we lose a good community service guy, but we lost a really good friend.
He was huge, and it's hard to take someone who lived so large and put him into a small nutshell. You never had to ask for a favor. He just saw one needed and did it. I loved him.
Dave will always be remembered as a great friend to many. And to me, he will always be remembered as a man who was the core of kindness in this community.
I, Keith Franke, the mayor of the city of St. Paul Park, Minnesota, do hereby proclaim Saturday, October 1st, 2016 as David Conrad Day.
And they're just all the help and just being good friends and coming out for us tonight. Dave's looking down on all of them.
Dave will be missed, but his legacy of giving back to the community will continue through the work of the American Legion.
Yes, there's a time comes in life, guys got to sit down and rest and turn it over to somebody else. I don't ever want to see it stop.
You don't have to be a veteran to help the many war vets here in South Washington County. Stop by the Richard Dingle American Legion Post 98 to find out the different ways that you can help. This fall, we met up with some volunteers who helped the St. Paul Park Police Department. Let's see who they are.
So the Reserve Program here in St. Paul Park is a volunteer organization. We supplement the full-time police officers. We help them out on traffic stops, any of the calls that they go to. We also do home checks, parks, schools, pretty much another set of eyes for the police officers, and it's a police presence within the city.
Hi! In a small town like St. Paul Park, there may be only one officer on at a time. And if that officer is in the middle of something that he can't really walk away from, for instance, a vehicle that is in the way and needs to be towed, we can sit there next to that vehicle until it's towed out of the way so that they can go to another service call if there's something that's higher priority.
You and your awesome watermelon helmet. Whenever we're doing like school checks or park checks, we'll get out of the vehicle, we'll talk to the children, the kids that are playing around, the parents, whoever's around. We usually carry stickers with us. We'll hand out stickers to anybody that wants one.
There you go. You guys are all junior officers.
There you go, big guy.
We're trying to connect with the community, show that the police department is here in a positive way. We don't want the kids in the community to think that it's necessarily bad when the police show up.
All right, guys, you gotta let us get one.
How embarrassing. Oh. There you go. Hey, look,
all right, Sam.
We like to get out and interact with the community, get to know the people, and kind of build some relationships.
There we go. About time we make something, jeez.
We are looking for those people who want to get involved in the community, want to help out. You don't have to be pursuing a career in law enforcement or necessarily interested in doing it. And there are those who are reserves just to be reserves and have that community service aspect of the job because that's what they're looking for. It's a great way to do that as well.
We can do anchor bank, open to close, tellers out at 1800. Hey guys. If you have somebody available on a Saturday or a Friday, that's usually our big nights that we like people to come out. It's our busier nights, but definitely we can come out during the weeks, in the mornings, anything like that, just to have an extra set of eyes or presence in the city.
I think I put in almost 470 hours last year. That's my volunteer time at the city because you get out and it is fun and you can have an 8-hour shift that just flies by and you're seeing a lot, you're doing a lot, you're getting involved, helping people, and it makes you feel good, it's fun, and yeah, it doesn't feel like work.
Applications to become a police reserve officer are located on the city's website or at City Hall. Last spring, we attended some trainings with the Newport Fire Department. Let's see why this is a great department to be a part of.
The Newport Fire Department has a long history which dates back to 1952. They are a small department, but with a big heart, which continues today.
There's a lot of tradition. We have a lot of long-term firefighters, which I think is a good sign for the department. You know, guys join the department, they stay on for a long time. I mean, over half our department has almost 20 years in, so once guys join, they really like it and they stay on.
With some recent retirements, they are now looking to build some youth and depth to the department.
I love my job. I love what I do. I believe that it's a good service for the citizens. Great way to help teach and prevent fires from happening and carbon monoxide incidents and anything just to help keep people safe, and people have free time and are able to do it. It's a great way to do it.
The many who are involved with this department are looked up to by many in the community.
We're very involved with different community events in addition to our calls and incidents that we respond to. Big fundraiser is the Booyah, the second Sunday in July. And then we have a couple meat raffles that we do as well, but we're involved with the community in other ways, whether it's National Night Out or Safe Summer Nights. We were here for Winter Family Fun Night.
Also, educating the community is a big part of what they do.
It's one of the most important things that we do is reaching out to the public and educating them on fire prevention, because nobody wants anything to happen.
Open house during Fire Prevention Week. We get to the school. We have daycares come down to the station here and let the kids go through the trucks, step in some boots, put a helmet on, and just kind of spend time with them in a non-threatening situation.
Along with the community interaction, many join the department because of the excitement of the job.
Whether it's 3 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the pager goes off and your adrenaline gets going, and you want to provide a service that you have trained hard on. When the page comes out, and you feel good when you get to go there and help someone that's in need. It's a good feeling to know that they can count on you.
2:30 in the morning, house fire. You're there till maybe 6, 7 in the morning, and then you're off to work again. So it's not for the weak. It's hard work, and you gotta be dedicated.
All training is free and offered right here in Newport.
Initial training is Firefighter 1, Firefighter 2, and a hazardous materials class. But once you get through all that and first responder training, we'll continue to send you through as much training as you'd like.
Anytime we can get true, close to the real thing, hands-on. Sometimes Sentry comes down and we'll get some cars to experience with extrication and really anything that's hands-on and close to the real thing.
I enjoy coming here on Tuesdays. I'm a very big believer in training. I believe you train, the harder you train, the more accurate you train, so when the real thing does happen, you're going to fall on your training and muscle memory, and it's just going to come natural that way. And I feel if you're on the fire department, you have a duty and an honor to train them as hard as you can and do the best job you can and provide a great service for the citizens.
The camaraderie is a big part of why many stay on the department for so many years.
It's a great bunch of guys and there's a lot of camaraderie, but when we're needed, we're extremely professional, and I put our department up against anybody's in the state.
Everybody on the department knows each other's family, and we do a lot of family activities here at the department. All really close knit. A lot of the guys came up going through school when I did, so we're a pretty good, tight bunch of guys and good friends.
Stop by City Hall if you'd like to join the department.
We are at the moment too looking for volunteers to sign up, and you want to do something different that most people don't get an opportunity to do, I would highly suggest signing up and coming down.
We're a paid-on-call department. You just need to be 18 with a valid driver's license, and we'll take care of the rest of the training. There's an interview, a background check, and a medical screening, but then you're good to go. So yeah, welcome everybody.
Great group of guys. I love what we do, giving back to the community, being part of something.
You get a good adrenaline rush and get to play. It's a lot of fun.
Being a firefighter is one of many ways that you can help out your community. Stop by City Hall to learn about other activities you can be a part of. Last March, we met up with some volunteers at the Friends in Need food shelf. Let's take a look at what they did.
This morning we get a delivery from Second Harvest, and we also get bread from Cub Foods. This is the day that the food shelf is open all day long, so there's a lot of volunteers here right now. So.
We're going to bring it in by the pallet load, and it's not sorted on the pallet, it's just all mixed up. And so it has to just be come in and be all sorted.
A lot of peppers, a lot of fresh fruit, just about everything. There's meats and there's all sorts of breads. We get quite a bit, so it takes a little while, but with the help of everybody, we can sort out the food within an hour and a half or so.
I enjoy all aspects of it, so it gets kind of wild out here in the warehouse, but it's kind of a hustle bustle, and then it's over with, and it's been a good time, actually.
Oh yeah, actually I'll walk this out.
Most all of us worked our whole lives, so we don't know anything else. So we come in and, people are used to working, so we just continue on as long as we can.
Out of thinking that have something to do, and I knew people that were here already and just got started.
You get to know the people, and you associate with them and you talk with them, which I love to do. So yeah, it's a good feeling to be here, actually.
Everybody's here volunteering, so everybody wants to help. I mean, it's not a job. Everybody just comes here because they want to help people in the community. Everybody's super nice. I've made friends with just about everybody, and great group of people.
I had no idea what food shelf was until we came down and volunteered. I really am enjoying it, actually. Some are so deserving. It's obvious that they need this help. To me, it's quite rewarding in that respect to recognize that, I guess. At least I feel that way about it.
Besides unpacking the truck, there are many other ways to help the food shelf. Contact Friends in Need to find out. Let's now go to Heritage Park, where last summer the St. Paul Park Police Department held a bike rodeo.
Nice, buddy.
Today we are trying out our first, at least since I've been here, bicycle safety rodeo for the kids.
I'm backwards, that's why.
We do helmet checks to see if the helmets are fitting safely and that they're not expired and there isn't any reason to have to replace them.
That needs to stay forward like that, okay?
Penn Cycle, as you can see from Woodbury, is doing a great advantage to us and the kids by checking out the bikes and outfitting them with reflectors and stuff. And then Super America also helped us out with a monetary donation so we could purchase some other additional supplies.
Make sure you get a headlight and you put that on when you get home.
And then we also have a section where we're going to be going over making sure you register your bicycle.
So if someday, for any reason, your bike gets lost or it gets stolen, you can call the police department and you can give them this information.
Because unfortunately, bicycles do get lost and stolen. And this way, if they report it to us, we have that much more likeliness to get the bicycle returned to them if we find it.
You're going to gain some speed here and then hit your brakes and stop in the box down there.
And then we're going to have the officers and our volunteers kind of bring the kids through this whole course over here. And that's going to entail properly exiting your driveway, knowing how to make sure to look for cars, and just getting that really ingrained in kids' heads, because even though it might be the bikers right away, car may not see them, so it may not matter. So we really want safety and caution getting ingrained in them when they get out on the street, so they're safe. So we have some fun skills course, like going in between the cones and avoiding our sponge rocks, and then also circling and coming to a stop. And intermingled with that are making sure you can pay attention to the stop signs and any cars that may be in the road or leaving their driveways. It's great to get the officers interacting with the kids, and you know, we are here. We want to show that we're not big and scary all the time, and it's just a great way to get that one-on-one interaction going with the kids. And then of course they like to see all our stuff at the same time too, and just a good way to reach out to the community.
Excellent.
The police department will be doing this event again in the summer of 2018. Follow their Facebook page to see when it's happening. I hope you enjoyed this edition of River Cities. You can watch this episode or any of the other episodes from 2017 by going to swctc.org. Thanks for watching, and let's have a great 2018.